Good morning. It is Tuesday, March 19th, and it is a blustery, rainy day here. We've got the rain going, we've got the wind going. Woke up and it was dark, and I'm going, why is it so dark? Well, it is a rainy, rainy day today. So, hey, Mr. Max. Did you run over here? Yeah. You and your brother run up here today? Yeah. Mr. Max and Mr. Raj over here. Mr. Raj is actually up here today too. Yes. Oh, you're going to give me a little kiss too? Oh, it's a special day when you get a kiss from the Mr. Raj. Yes. So let's get the cards here and see what they are going to advise today. Mr. Max, you're going to have to move over and not be trying to kiss me while I'm doing the cards, okay? Thank you. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, I know what you want. I know what you want. Well, I don't know about this today. Summer solstice radiance. It is definitely not a radiant day outside today. Must be liquid sunshine today. First card out is summer solstice radiance. So we're going to have to pull a few more to see what that's about. Strength. My card, the tiger, the white tiger. Strength. It's the first time this card has come out too. White tiger. That's my Chinese astrology. The iron tiger. I go, yeah. Double strength. So far we've got be bright, we've got be strong. Okay, the well. Ah, okay. Starting to get somewhere now. The well. This is a good one. The well is diving in. If you're going to be looking for the path, you've got to be bright. Always look for the, we say that the absolute is that light beyond all lights. So you have to get beyond the physicality of light to that which is even greater. Strength. You got to have a lot of strength if you're going to do the path, okay? If you're going to really dig in deep, then you have to do the well. You have to really dive in. Okay, seeking truth, wisdom, insight, intuitive knowing, return to the source. You can't get any more clearer than that. Return to the source, getting to the bottom of things. So again, it takes a lot of strength to do the path back to realization. You've got to be willing to continue to walk forward when everything gets so difficult. Okay, and it will get difficult. I love these ones that go to people like Muji, etc., and they have a first blossom of heart opening. And yes, I know everything is so magical at that point. You think you're completed. Everything is love. It's overwhelming. You're drunk on love. You don't see how there could be anything more, but you have not even begun your path. That's what they don't know. They are in for, they haven't begun the hard lessons yet. You know, that first heart blossoming and everything is just to keep you to go forward. Okay? To get you to go forward. But the hard lessons have not begun yet. Okay? And that's the truth of it. I wish I could say something else. And that you've already completed, but no. No. You've only gotten a taste. Next we have Nighthawk. Trust. And there are so many times you just have to trust the process, because you'll be going through the muck and the mire. I say, if you're going to go on the spiritual path, get ready, because you got to clean out the sewage first. And we know how much fun a sewage backup is. Okay? Put your waders on, because it gets deep and it stinks and it is miserable. You know, you have to trust when you're going through the dark night of the soul, which eventually will come out if you're really doing heavy, heavy work. You have to walk through the dark night as a soul. No way around it. And again, this is the problem with those that say there's nothing to get, nowhere to go. All you have to do is just accept that you're that. Accept you're part and parcel of the divine. That's all. Just have a mental shift. That doesn't do it. Okay. Again, you can have that heart opening for a time, but you still have to traverse the rest of the path. Okay. And that takes a lot of trust. I know on the path I had days when I just was praying for death. It was so difficult. And that's no joke. Literally was praying for death, because it was, you don't even think you can take another breath. It's so painful sometimes. But you have to, you do it one breath at a time, one step at a time. When the time gets difficult, don't forget to where you're going. You're going to discover the absolute. You're going to discover, to return to the source. Okay? So all these things don't magically just disappear because you're on a path. And people think they start a spiritual journey that God's just going to be so enamored of their attention that it's going to be like the yellow brick road. And God's going to become a great big Santa Claus. No. No, it doesn't happen like that. God does not become a big Santa Claus to give you whatever you want and to make your life easier. Okay? You've got to be ready for the hard times. Last but not least, oh, this is nice, celebration. Recognize there is transformation happening. But to become a butterfly, what happened? They started out like a caterpillar, inching along, inching and inching and inching along. Then what happens? They're in a cocoon. They're in that darkness. They're in a cocoon for a time. And then finally, transformation's taking place, and then they got to battle to get out of the cocoon and spread their wings and fly. Okay, so don't forget how the process of transformation, and people have asked what my butterflies are for. They represent transformation. Most everything on here represents some part of the path. Okay, this is like that death before death, you know, Kali. And then finally you become Buddha. But that's a long way on the journey. That's way behind there. You don't start out becoming Buddha. That's way... You have to traverse a lot before you get to that point, okay? So basically, those who wanted to know about my tattoos, they're mainly about the spiritual journey, except for this is my daughter. And then Sugar Skulls, she wanted to have matching tattoos somewhere, so we got Sugar Skulls. Anyway, mother-daughter thing that she wanted, so we went ahead and did that. But the path is about transformation, and transformation in the end is beautiful, but the process itself takes a long time to get there. So I want to caution people that are in that first blush of heart opening, where all you see is God. You know, when I went through that, it was like I was focused on Krishna at the time, so everything became Krishna. Everything was dancing and the flute and beautiful and fabulous, and you're in love with everybody and everything, okay? You're drunk on that and think there can't be any more than this, okay? Well, there is. There's a lot more to go. That's basically still kindergarten, okay? You've got there's a lot to go through from that point. So I just wanted to caution people on that, to don't think you're done and then wonder when the hard lessons start what the heck happened. Okay? So I'm going to leave this here. We'll go back through it one more time. Radiance. We want to get to the light beyond lights. Strength. Gird your loins. It is a tough journey. You have to have a lot of internal strength. The well. If you want to know really God's source, what is behind the universe, does God exist? Does God not exist? What is God? Is God a personage? What is God? Well, if you're going to make that journey and you want to know, get ready to dig deep, because you have to go beyond the persona. You have to break through the illusion of being a separate being in this planet with all the drama you've collected for lifetimes. All of that has to be transitioned through. And in doing that, it takes a lot of trust. Nighthawk, you're going to be flying through some pretty dark land along the way, and that takes trust. To navigate that dark night of the soul takes a lot of trust and willingness just to continue to go forward. You have to want God, truth, more than you want your next breath of life. That's what it takes, that much of dedication and desire to make it through that journey. Okay, and last but not least, when you come out the other side of it all is celebration. Then you go from, you know, the difficulties of life to what we term the play of God. All your baggage has been dropped. No more baggage. No more illusion. No more driving dramas that one has to engage any longer. Those are gone, as if they never existed. Okay. But again, I'm not going to paint a easy, rosy picture that, you know, anybody can do it. If everybody could do it, there would be a whole lot of realized beings on the planet, and there just simply aren't, because it is a very difficult journey. And again, I don't want people to be befooled when they get to that first blossoming of the heart center, where it's so, and you've had your first samadhi taste of a samadhi, to think that they're completed. Not. I know when Kundalini awakened for me, I had the first samadhi and was walking around maybe 4 or 5 days, just in bliss. You're in an altered state. You could care less if you walked across a car and you got hit by a car and died. You could care less at that point because it's overwhelming. You know, your first samadhis are overwhelming experience of expansion, just total expansion and love, and everything feels right with the world, and you couldn't ask for anything else. Okay? But there will be many samadhi experiences along the way. And if you are really genuinely doing the path, searching the path, cities, powers, things will rise along the way. But don't be taken in by those. Those are, again, to show you that that's not it. They may be all encompassing for a while, maybe, and some people can fall because of it. They can be, people can get caught up in that and then wrap it around the ego and think they're so powerful. And they have, at that point, lost the journey. They have exchanged the diamond for a cubic zirconia. They went for something that was flashy, but it's really not worth anything. So don't abdicate when you get some power rises up, you know. Don't leave the path don't wrap it around the ego and think that you're so special because this power has come, okay? Keep going, keep going. There's something much, much better at the end. So don't throw everything away for a trinket along the way. Okay. So I'm going to leave this here. I hope everyone is having a great day wherever you are. I know that it is bad. What is it, Nebraska? That they're totally underwater across the state? We really have to get a handle on this climate change, because we are going to have more and more of these types of disasters coming with radical weather patterns. And people need to take it seriously. Remember, there used to be dinosaurs on this land. Remember, there used to be dinosaurs and they were all wiped out. Okay? All wiped out. So this is not something people can poo-poo or play around with. This is something, if you want this planet, you want to remain, and you want to have it livable and habitable, being able to be lived in, then we need to really get with the program and take climate change seriously and do what we can do to reverse as much of this as we can, and not, excuse the language, fuck it up any worse than it already is, okay? We don't need to screw things up any worse. So let's go forward. Recognize that humanity is moving forward. This is a point, and I've told my students this long ago, that things are polarizing. And now you can really see the polarization. Those that are going towards light, towards truth, that's going to be amped up. And along with that amping up, those that are focused on the negative, it's going to amp up for them too. So there's going to be a big schism that happens. Okay? I talked about this years and years ago, that this point is coming. Well, it's really coming now. Things are amping up. So when you amp up one, you also amp up the other. Okay? So understand what's happening, people. in the end, it's a left-handed blessing. You know, hopefully it gets so hard for those that are in that other mindset that they finally see their suffering and that they are the cause of their suffering, not other people. And they are, at that point, you have to fall sometimes really hard before you start looking for truth. And so this, in a way, is a big left-handed blessing. So let's go forward, step by step, and make this a better planet, a better humanity, and continue to go forward. Thanks for tuning in. For the new viewers, welcome. For those that are sticking around, always good to see you. So I will see you online. For those that remember to, once in a while, send a little donation, a little thank you gift. It's so much appreciated and helps to keep the channel going. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Aho.